Good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for being with us here on Atlanta News First Plus. I'm Joy Lim Nakra, and taking a look at some of the top stories that we're following. There's an investigation underway at this scene I want to show you on Cascade Road in southwest Atlanta. There was a box truck that apparently rammed through a CVS early this morning. Police say this was all an attempted burglary. It caused quite a bit of damage as well, as you can see. So this is at 2237 Cascade Road, happened shortly before, or I should say shortly after 4 a.m. this morning. And the investigation again is still underway, but preliminary information according to police suggests that the individuals involved were using the truck to break into the store and steal an ATM machine that was inside of the store. That is what is suspected in this case, but again, the investigation is still underway. I want to get to this report now by Atlanta News First reporter Rachel Aragon outside the pharmacy with a look at the damage left behind.
Good morning. Right now, Atlanta police still on scene at this CVS behind me after a box truck rammed through this pharmacy early this morning. Police tell me the initial call came around 4 o'clock this morning, and there was plenty of shattered glass and bricks scattered throughout the outside of the CVS. Right now, investigators trying to figure out what exactly was taken from this pharmacy. A similar incident happening just last month in Cobb County, where a U-Haul truck rammed through a pharmacy. Again, right now, investigators trying to figure out what exactly was taken. Atlanta News First will stay on top of the story to bring you the very latest. Reporting in Atlanta this morning, Rachel Aragon, Atlanta News First.
Okay, so of course we're going to keep following the investigation there. In the meantime, I want to let you know about another story that we're following, and this is in Polk County. So breaking just moments ago, a short time ago I should say, an arrest was made after several Rome High School students and staff members were taken to the hospital in this bus crash that you're looking at, which actually happened last night. Rome City Schools said there's a school bus crash on Georgia Highway 101 at Doc Moats Road in Polk County. Firefighters say that the bus rolled over and there was another car involved here. 2 people were in the car, an adult and also a minor. Georgia State Patrol saying the driver of the Nissan was suspected to be under the influence of alcohol and was placed under arrest. The school district said that the bus was returning from a football scrimmage in Rockmart at the time.
Some good news here. None of their injuries are life-threatening. We confirmed with hospital officials that 11 people from that school bus accident were taken here to this hospital. Let's take you to the scene. It was about 10:45 last night when this happened on Highway 101 in Polk County, just north of the small town of Aragon. Rome High School's football team had just had a scrimmage, a preseason game with Rockmart High School, when a bus full of football players from Rome who were on their way home got into an accident and the bus flipped on its side. According to Atrium Health Floyd, the hospital here in Rome, 2 adults and 9 minors were taken here to the hospital. Their injuries were not too serious and most were treated and released. The others expected to be released this morning. The State Patrol is investigating how the accident happened. We spoke with a man who lives near the site of the crash, and he says he heard a loud boom, so he rushed over to help when he heard people screaming.
Crying, confused, wonder what happened, and it was just total chaos. Some of them just laid on the ground until EMT and everybody else arrived. I was able to get into the front window of the front of the bus, get the bus driver out, undo the seatbelt, get him out. But he was dazed and worried about the kid, and I told him they'd be fine. We just need to get you out quickly as possible.
He did get that bus driver out. He said it looked like a couple of people may have had sprains. Perhaps one person had a shoulder injury. We'll find out from the school district the extent of those injuries. In the meantime, the Polk County School District posted on social media asking everyone to join them in sending well wishes to everybody involved in that wreck. In Rome, in Floyd County, Rebecca Schran, Atlanta News First.
And thanks so much to Rebecca for that report. Okay, take a look at this scene. A Delta plane carrying the Carolina Panthers ran off the taxiway at Charlotte Douglas International Airport. This happened just before 3 this morning. As you see, a very active scene at the time. After landing, the plane slid off the runway and apparently got stuck in mud. Our sister station in Charlotte, WBTV, confirmed that members of the Carolina Panthers were on this plane. They were coming back from a preseason game at the time. If you have a flight to Charlotte, you are advised to check your status. According to FlightAware.com, 30 flights have been delayed, 6 others canceled at Charlotte's Douglas International Airport. We're going to keep following the latest there. Okay, let me show you some other footage. Apologize, just switching over to a look at what's happening with Debby. And we understand that it's actually making its way up the eastern part of the country, New York and New Jersey, bracing for some damaging winds, rain, possible tornadoes. Apparently, the storm drenched parts of North Carolina yesterday, even causing some flooding in some areas. In Raleigh, 3 children were nearly swept away in a rushing creek. And thankfully, they were rescued by first responders, which is what you're looking at here. First Alert meteorologist Rodney Harris is keeping track of Debby and all the other things weather-related. Rodney, thankfully, we've been lucky here.
We have absolutely been lucky, Joy, and I want to show you Debby one more time. Debby is no longer a tropical cyclone at all. It's not a tropical depression. It's not a tropical storm now. It's an area of low pressure. Doesn't really matter at this point. It's still producing rain for the Northeast, and if you are traveling to the Northeast today, watch out for that. You may run into delays. We're not really seeing that right now, but it will be wet, especially in the New York, D.C., and Philly area, so we'll keep you up to date on that. But again, Debby is no longer a tropical cyclone at all. Our focus will now turn into the tropics, where we are actually watching another tropical wave in the Atlantic that has the potential for becoming a tropical storm or hurricane next week. It's not anything right now. It's a tropical wave that's off the coast of Africa, but by next week, it's going to be tracking westward, and it is forecast to become either a tropical storm or a hurricane, and it's going to kind of travel through the same area. We do think, though, it's going to turn a little bit sooner, so it may not have as much of an impact on the U.S. That's something that's about a week from now, so we'll keep you up to date on that. Our own local weather is nice today. Hello to you, everybody. Happy Friday. A live look there over Midtown Atlanta, where we're seeing mostly sunny skies. It will be another very hot day. In fact, our heat index will be the story today. Remember, that's the temperature plus the moisture that's in the air. And whenever you have a lot of moisture in the air with hot temperatures, it's going to feel hotter on your skin. So at 3 o'clock in Atlanta, we are looking at a heat index of 102 degrees. That's at 3 o'clock when you're picking up the kids from school. So be careful with that if you have any after-school activities for the kiddos. And if you are going to be outdoors later on this afternoon, remember to drink plenty of water. Try to stay in the shade. By 6 o'clock, the heat index in Atlanta, what it feels like on your skin, will be 96 degrees. And at 9 o'clock, if you're headed out tonight, the heat index is still 89 degrees. So it will be a very warm day across the region. We actually have a heat advisory in effect south and east of Metro Atlanta. This means that your heat index is expected to hit 105 degrees later on today. The heat advisory is for Upson County, also Jasper, Putnam, and Morgan counties until 8 o'clock, so definitely be careful. And whether you're under the heat advisory or not, it will be hot. So remember to, again, stay in the shade and drink plenty of water if you're going to be outside. Here's your 7-day forecast, and it's a very summer-like 7-day forecast. We're in summer. Lots of sunshine over the next 7 days. Highs basically staying in the low 90s. We will get some slightly drier air that will move into the region over the weekend. So if you're in Metro Atlanta northward, especially up in the mountains, you'll notice that Sunday morning, Monday morning, it'll feel nice and pleasant, some 60s, especially if you were in the suburbs on Sunday morning and Monday morning. And if you're in the mountains, even cooler. Not a cold front, so it's not really going to get cold in the afternoons, but that drier air will feel a lot more pleasant on your skin. It's going to be very short-lived. The moisture comes back next week, and we do have a 20% chance of rain here or there. I think most of us will stay dry here at least through Wednesday. Our next best chance of rain in Metro Atlanta won't come until the end of next week. So that is a look at your forecast. Pretty straightforward here as we go into the weekend. We hope that you enjoy it. We hope that you enjoy this weather today. Again, a lot of sunshine out there through the entire weekend, so we hope that you can get out there and take advantage of that. We'll keep you up to date on the forecast, and especially the little wave that we're watching in the Atlantic. That certainly will become a story by the end of next week as we continue to watch the tropics. We are in August now, so we typically start to see more and more of these tropical systems develop in August. The peak of hurricane season is mid-September, so we're going to start to see things ramp up from now until then. And again, the tropics will definitely become a story next week, so we'll keep you up to date. First Alert meteorologist Jennifer Valdez will have your updated forecast on Atlanta News First at noon. You can always get that forecast in the First Alert weather app. Have a great weekend. Until next time, we'll see you soon.